The next locus we're going to look at is the dilution locus, so specifically the Charlet type of dilution. So we have little e at the extension locus, so that gives us the red base color, but we have two big D's, so that dilutes the base color into the white color you see here on this Charlet cow. Then here we have one that has little e at the extension locus, and then one big D at the dilution locus. So little e gives us the red base color, and then one big D dilutes the coat to this light straw color that you see on this cow. Here again showing a light straw, so remember, like we talked about in our hogs and our horses, there's always variation in what your color is going to look like, even if the genotype is the same. So this further drives home that point. So here we have a light straw, but it's still a darker light straw color than the previous cow. And then we have another light straw, but you can see this one is also a darker light straw. And then for this one, we have a Charlet Angus cross. So this one has one big E, so it has a black base color, and then it has one big D, so the black base color is being diluted, and that gives us a light smoky color that you see here. So for this one, we have a Brangus Charlet cross. So we still have a big E and a big D. So the dilution, or the big D at the dilution locus, is diluting our black base color to give us the smoky color you see on this cow. And this is another Charlet Angus cross. So again, there's always going to be variation in the pigmentation on our animals, even when they have the same genotype at the different loci. So next we have a Charlet Brown Swiss cross. So we have E plus little e, that gives us a red base color, and then we have one big D, so that's diluting the base color to a light straw. And here we have a Nellore Charlet cross, so similar thing, we have E plus little e giving us the red base color, and then one big D diluting the base color to a light straw. So next type of dilution we'll talk about is the Simmental type. So here we have little e, two little d's, and then we have little c. So for our Simmentals, the little c is what gives us the dilution. So here we see some Simmental and Angus calves. So this one, this cow here would have the dilution locus. So we see that lighter tan color. Its calf would not, so it would have big C's. Next locus we're going to talk about is the Roning locus. So we see this in our shorthorn. So here we have a red shorthorn. So we have little e giving us the red base color, and then little r, so no Roning on this one. Then our white shorthorn, so we have little e, so red base color, and then two big R's makes it a white color. So for our shorthorns, if you're given a problem, you'll always be told what type of shorthorn it is, so red, white, or roan. So here we have our roan shorthorn. So we have two little e's and big R, giving us Roning. So again, if they're little r, there's no Roning, they're just their base color. If they're big R, they have Roning, and if they're big R, they are white. So here's a picture showing the differences in Roning we can see in our cattle. So you see here, there's just minimal or more minimal Roning. And then all the way down here, we have one that's almost completely white. We can also have blue roans whenever we cross our cattle. So we have one big E and then big R. And for our blue roans, you can either call them blue roans or black roans. It means the exact same thing. And so here on this one, we have a big E with two big R's. So this big E means it would originally have a black base color, and then two big R's making it white. And here's showing you a comparison of what a big E and two little e's will do. So again, white with black skin pigmentation. This one has two little e's, so the base color would have originally been red. But whenever they have two little e's and two big R's, they're going to be white with a lighter skin pigmentation. And here's a cross of our previous bull with a roan or a non-roan cow. So we have big E, a big R, and then our cow we have a little e, we have the dilution locus, so it's been diluted, so we have a light straw, and then in the offspring we end up with a red roan calf. Okay, so next locus we'll talk about is our spotting locus. So we have a bunch of different alleles at this locus. First one we're going to talk about is our Hereford spotting. So we have little e, and big S superscript H, big S superscript H. So that's what's giving us the Hereford pattern of spotting. So we have white on the face, the underline, the forefeet, and on the switch, and many of them also have a feather. This bull does not. And here we see a polled Hereford, so this one does have a feather. So again, we have the white on the face, the underline, the forefeet, and then on the switch, which you can kind of see right here in the background, and then oftentimes they'll have a feather. And here we have a polled Hereford cow, so little e, giving her the red base color, and then SH, giving her the full Hereford pattern. So here we see a Hereford cow with her Angus calf. So she has 2 little e's and 2 SH's, and her Angus sired calf has 1 big E, so he has a black base coat, and then 1 SH, and then a big S. So if an animal is big S, they don't have any spotting. When an animal is big S, SH, that gives them a bald face like you see here. Then here we see a red carrier Angus crossed with a Hereford. So the offspring is red with a bald face, so little e, SH, S. So for your homework problems, if you ever get the genotype SH, you can just write full Hereford pattern. You do not need to write out the entire description of the spotting. And again, here we see a red Angus crossed with a Hereford. So we have little e for the red base color and SHS giving us a bald face. And then here we have a black baldy, so 1 big E, and then SHS. And here we see a Hereford Angus cross. So again, there's always variation with how much color is going to be shown for each of these genotypes. So here we see that it doesn't have near as much white on the face. So we still have the same genotype, big E, little e, and big SH, and then an S. So this one you see has a very limited amount of white on its face. And this one also has what's called a Brockle pattern. You will not be asked about this on your homework or on the test. So for the Brockle pattern, they have white on the top of the nose like you see here, and then on the inside of the ear. And on this one you can't see it as well, but there's also a white inner eyelid. And then here again we see a more restricted pattern. So we have the white on the top of the nose, and then on the ear and on the side of the face. And this one just has the white on the top of the nose and on the ears. So here we see the white spots here and here. And here's just a close-up of her so you can more clearly see the white on the inner ear, the white on the inner ear here, and then the white above the nose. This one's even a more restricted pattern, so there's just a fine white line above the nose and then a couple spots in her ears. And here's a close-up. So again, white spots on the ears and above the nose, and you can see from the sides the white on the nose and then on the ears. So here we have a similar pattern. So here's a cow with their calf, and they have almost the exact same type of spotting on their faces. So they both have the white above the nose and then on the ears. So here's another picture just showing you the variation in the amount of the white on the face that you can get with a genotype like this. And then here we see another black baldy, so big E and then SHS with giving us the bald face. So this picture is just to show how much variation we can see in our colors even between full siblings. So we have a half Hereford, quarter Angus, quarter Charolais, full sisters. So here we see a smoky bald face. So she has a big E, big D, and then an SH, big S. So you can see here that she has a white, or is whiter on this part of her face than it is the rest of her. You may not even notice it if you didn't know what her genotype was, but if you look closely, you can see the lighter color pigmented hairs here. And then her sister is little e, little d, SHS. So you see she's going to have the red color, no dilution, and then she also has a bald face. And similarly to our SH, big S, there is variation in our SHs or homozygotes. So technically they should have the full Hereford pattern, but this does look quite a bit different than what you would see on your purebred Hereford. So here again, so this is a bull, so you can see he's got the black on his face as well, and also some spotting down near his feet.